Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and still waiting for the official RFK Jr. tackle box to be released. Brainworms, well, that explains some of this genius. There are tough times ahead for Nivea model Steve Bannon. He's going to jail, and I'm going to have a laugh getting into the court documents overturning Bannon's whiny appeal, Mike Lindell's plan to fix Kristi Noem's image, as well as Theater Entertainment Committee Supervisor Lauren Boebert's eldest son Tyler failing to get a lawyer for his court appearance, and more. But first, this.
Because when you're rushing cases, when you're bringing cases that are not true, when you're politically motivated, in time it will show. I always tell the American people, sit tight and wait. What we saw today was a story that I've heard for a decade that is complete garbage. And finally, the facts are coming out and the cases are falling apart like a domino.
Dominoes don't fall apart. They fall over. At least she's consistent with her incompetence. Donald Trump is not gagged in court, despite what you see on Fox News Max and OAN. He cannot talk over people like he's used to. He just has to sit there and take it. But he is absolutely allowed to take the stand and tell the truth. The case isn't garbage. Trump oversees every penny that leaves his account, and he is famous for not paying contractors and leaving lawyers in the lurch. So if he felt that he actually didn't owe Stormy any money, he wouldn't have paid her a penny, but he was very quick to cut Stormy a check. Trump never settles. Oh, he often settles.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms I cheated on, and a special thanks to the mother of Eric, Don Jr., and Hot Ivanka for turning my golf course into a tax break. I love this. I mean you. Just kidding.
This is really cool.
It is pouring MAGA Tears. I played in 35 countries for over 2 decades, but most days you'll find me here. Thanks for taking in this bald comedian's take on things. Please join the best subscribers on YouTube while I blast the latest and stupid and more.
So, Peter, this new AI Microsoft thing, $3 billion, big job creators, that's in Racine. Isn't that the same town that Foxconn said, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, we're going to build a big plant, and they never did?
Yes, and that was a huge Trump announcement back then, and he said that the factory was going to be the 8th wonder of the world, but then Foxconn decided to really scale back their plans, and the land is still available, so Microsoft is going in.
Under ultra-MAGA patriot Donald Trump, you had Foxconn, a foreign company lured from Taiwan with billions in tax incentives to build a $10 billion facility and create 13,000 jobs. Wisconsin state and local governments promised roughly $4 billion to Foxconn, the richest incentive package in state history and the biggest pledged by a state to a foreign corporation in U.S. history. Foxconn abandoned this project like Tiffany.
In fact, he came here with your Senator, Ron Johnson, literally holding a golden shovel, promising to build the 8th wonder of the world. Are you kidding me? Look what happened. They dug a hole with those golden shovels, and then they fell into it. Look, they didn't shovel other dirt. They did shovel some dirt. 100 homes were bulldozed. They wasted hundreds of millions of dollars of your state and local tax dollars to promise a project that never happened. Foxconn turned out to be just that, a con. Go figure.
I love it when he's got the jokes. And you know, when Biden was talking about golden shovels, he wished it was more of a nightclub crowd so he could toss in, folks, Donald Trump was all in for golden shovels. Well, we know it's the showers that are golden that he's all for. The tape is real.
And remind them, I mean, he was in Wisconsin today at the site in 2018 where Trump planned for the Foxconn facility, which was going to bring a bunch of jobs to the area. Biden hosted his event today announcing a semiconductor or an AI facility with Microsoft there. So not an accident to hold it in the same spot where, you know, Trump failed to bring that to fruition. Is that what he's left with, to just troll Trump?
I just love seeing someone say Trump failed on Fox. The guy's actually delivering and creating a massive project. Of course, Dark Brandon's gonna troll Trump. Mike Lindell is reaching out to Kristi Noem, or as he calls her, Kristi Noems. He's furious that the South Dakota Secretary of State has made it impossible to access online voter rolls, something that can actually be acquired in some states with information that varies from state to state.
And I'm telling you, it can start right in South Dakota. Governor Kristi Noem, you need to make a stand. You need to look into this. You need to grab your Secretary of State and say, what are you doing? Turning off our machines illegally in South Dakota. Governor, there's felonies being committed right under your nose by your own officials there. It's a felony. We just put up the statute. You can't just turn off the public records for these cast vote records and tell ES&S, what does this gal work with ES&S? Are they, isn't it funny how ES&S sits under the radar and doesn't sue anybody and stays out of lawfare? Well, I got news for ES&S. And by the way, I was with ES&S, their officials, down in the week.
The Rage Against the Machines guy is furious about the machine being off and insists these images should be available. You can't make it up. And he keeps breaking up while asking Kristi for help.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put a request from the governor, Kristi Noem's office. I know she watches this show once in a while. I know she did about a year and a half ago when we called out South Dakota with another stupid thing, trying to take away precinct strategy. I mean, the precinct men and women right to vote, everybody. So right. With this, I think if you're Governor Noem, if you're watching, or if someone in her office, we're not going to let this go.
As you can see, things are still going super smooth with cyber genius Mike Lindell, joined by Rick, making his online submission for the Pawn Stars guys to drop by his home to get his Patriot treasures. Brandon 2.0 is here because he's one of Mike's cyber guys, and he doesn't attempt to stop Mike and fix the feed, but he does drop some bombs.
Absolutely right. Governor Noem, if you can shoot your dog, you can shoot these machines and get them out.
Oh, there you go. That wasn't me saying that. You know what? She could take her PR. I know she doesn't like negative press. She does not like it. And this would be the chance for her to be the hero of the country. If she dug into there and led the way against these machines and the corruption, their Secretary of State deleting.
I told you Rick dropped some bombs. It's funny how Lindell backs off that comment when he says some pretty wild things himself. But here he is telling Kristi she could be the hero of the country if she overrules the Secretary of State and makes the images available so conspiracy theorists can harass voters. Everyone's gonna forget about cricket and your made-up tales about Kim Jong-un in the DMZ. Just do this little thing for me. If you love what I do here and you can afford to help out, throw me a buck with the PayPal link in the pinned comment or drop me a super thanks with this button. And please take 2 seconds after this video to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. These things are free and help the show grow. Thank you. Well, if he wants to keep that multi-layered look, Steve Bannon will have to request multiple jumpsuits in prison since the United States Circuit Court for the District of Columbia has officially rejected Steve Bannon's appeal. If you didn't catch Bannon's perp walk the first go around, here it is.
This is what happens the last days of a dying regime. They will never shut me up. They'll have to kill me first. I have not yet begun to fight.
It's even better now since his fight has totally failed. I just wish we could have seen footage of him rehearsing those lines. I mean, his performance was as convincing as a graduate from Kevin Sorbo's straight-to-video School of Bad Acting. Alumni includes Kyle Rittenhouse, Katie Britt, and Brett Kavanaugh. Looking at the court documents regarding the multi-pen skincare enthusiast who was the advisory board chair of the We Build the Wall campaign, which raised more than $25 million from hundreds of thousands of donors. I have to drop these things in case Ultra MAGA stumbles across this snowflake video. You were conned, you're still being conned. Time after time in this document, you see that Bannon was warned and given every chance to comply, and he didn't. Even though he was sentenced to 4 months, the federal judge ruled Bannon to stay free during the appeal process. In that time, Bannon continued to make a show and showed up at rallies, and even Mike Lindell's recent event where the self-described patriots couldn't find a flag for the pledge, so they used someone's Stars and Stripes scarf. I mean, I guess it's better than the Stars and Stripes gym sock under Mike Johnson's bed. This court document rules that Bannon's appeal has been overturned. He may have delayed going to prison, but he's still going and going soon, joining Peter Navarro.
You know, Mike, during this little short break, I get a text from a friend of mine in Missouri, and she wrote a nice letter to Dr. Peter Navarro in prison, and she got it back. They wouldn't deliver it to him. She just sent this to me to show she got it back. I mean, this stuff that's going on today.
You got to be pretty desperate when you're bigging up Navarro, slapping that one on there, Dr. Peter Navarro. They got that letter back because nobody calls him Dr. Peter Navarro. Even the prison holding him was confused since the only thing he has a PhD in is stupidity. The right loves to go after Jill Biden for putting the doctor in there, but are totally fine with referring to Sebastian Gorka as Dr. Gorka, Dr. Gorka, Dr. Gorka. I mean, the guy drives a black Mustang to match his cheap hair dye with the license plate Art War. I just love this, him getting a ticket. Whether it's a shoot your eye out Oathkeeper, a nothing to be proud of boy, a vegan Chewbacca Viking, or an InfoWars lunatic, I love seeing these people enter the find out phases. And since we are talking the find out phases, Lauren Boebert's eldest son, Tyler Boebert, who made ultra pro-life Lauren Boebert a grandma at 36 and is no longer with the mother of his child, kept the party of family values cycle going with a string of alleged felonies, and he was in court for those this week, and it was as unplanned as his baby. On April 11th, 1 month ago, Judge Neely detailed all 14 counts. At the time, Tyler told the court,
"We're working to hire an attorney, but it's like just been kind of hard with the prices. Worst case scenario, if we can't get something figured out with the lawyer, then we're going to apply for a public defender or whatever works best for me."
In court this week, Tyler was without representation or his mom to tug at the judge's heartstrings. Tyler told Judge Neely,
I have now sent, I can't remember what, the document to sign up for a public defender. I've sent it in. I haven't gotten a message back, but it was very recently. It was only a couple days ago.
This is real. This happened. I mean, I don't know what he's been doing in the last 30 days, but I guess we shouldn't be shocked that the guy who allegedly committed the crimes wearing the hoodie from his mom's failed bar and grill didn't fill out the forms until the last second. I'm guessing he's just been watching a lot of Fox News and seeing whatever doesn't work for Alina Habba and thinking, that's a good move. I'm going to do that.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm in Texas here, and I don't know that usually I have a really good signal from here, but it's not working the best.
Fine.
But
Texas viewers, how's the internet there? Is it the internet or the Lindell? Because I think it's the Lindell.
Alex here, still in the bunker with Marjorie. Again, good dude. It has been a fantastic week for Alex, because Tucker Carlson told Joe Rogan that I can channel supernatural powers and see the future, and that is legit, as the relabeled expired vitamins I sell as brain pills that will not make you smarter. Oh, they will not, okay? At the most, the black market caffeine that I lace them with will just help you arrive at your dumb thoughts a fraction of a second quicker. I'm not a prophet, I am for profit. So keep buying my Patriot scam junk, you window lickers. Now, speaking of junk, my Georgia Gremlins plan failed, and I warned her, you can't handle the Johnson. But oh, she tried. She tried and she got booed. Now she's dragging her hog feet around the bunker, and I've been trying to cheer her up. I put that clip on of Trump, saying he loves her. I got it on an iPad, and I just follow her around, reloading it over and over while she goes through more tissues than Mitch McConnell researching Karen McDougal and Stormy Daniels combined. I'm doing my best, people, okay? I even switched her to one of those fresh food, subscription services, so she's off the dry kibble for now. She just has this, prepackaged mystery meat I'm keeping in the fridge. It is quite a hassle, and to be honest, her mood hasn't even improved that much. She's even been threatening to take her socks off. Are you messing with me? I cannot think of a worse way to turn things around than to turn out those turnip peel skin ballerina feet. Oh, you may see Swan Lake and think, those dancers are so pretty. I love this. This is fantastic. But inside that shoe lurks some serious damage, and my blonde meat swamp achieved that without the ballet. She's just a genetic lottery loser with 7 mismatched toes that look more like RFK Jr.'s dead brainworm sticking out of a hammered Span can than a set of acceptable phalanges. Because what is the rule, MTG?
The socks stay on.
The socks stay on.
Biden is going to get completely destroyed this fall. His campaign is over with. Thank goodness we cannot do another 4 years of him. MAGA Tears. Biden lied about his son dying in combat. Does anyone here care? His son died in a hospital of brain cancer. Biden has repeatedly told that lie. I served 24 years and retired honorably. That is stolen valor. Joe is a sociopath. MAGA Tears. I don't mind political comedy, but this isn't funny. You're like 40, bro, and making toilet humor like a tween boy is pretty sad. MAGA Tears. Folks, I'm not kidding around. Donald Trump was all for golden shovels. But we know it's the showers that are golden that he's all for.
The tape is real. I'm not kidding. I've seen it.
In court this week, Tyler was without legal representation or his mom to tug at the judge's heartstrings. Tyler told Judge Neal,
Those dancers are so pretty, but inside that shoe lurks some serious damage. And my blonde meat swamp achieved that without the ballet. She's a genetic lottery loser. You may see Swan Lake and think, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I'm not going to tell my friends, but I really love this. But inside and she's going through more tissues than Mitch McConnell researching Karen McDougal and Stormy Daniels combined. That guy is a fiend, okay?
just want to say happy Mother's Day to all the great moms out there. Parenting truly is the hardest job, or the easiest if you're Lauren Boebert, because you just let the kids do whatever they want and then say it's God's plan. But for reals, moms of the world, even though times have changed and the kids no longer make you clay ashtrays in kindergarten, we appreciate all you do. Thanks for watching. Please stick around and check out another one of my videos. Say hello in the comments. Find my stand-up on Spotify, streamed by millions, and add me on Facebook and Instagram. It all helps. Be cool, be kind, take care.